Welcome, everyone, to another episode of My Generation, the podcast that is sponsored by South Shore Senior News. Our intent is to provide useful, entertaining information to both seniors, professional caregivers, and the sandwich generation who take care of seniors. Today, we have as a guest Natalie Sorensen. And Natalie kind enough to come on with us today to talk about Divine Living Home Care. And let's start, Natalie, by talking about what do you generally do?
Yes, well, thanks for having me today, Steve. I appreciate being here. And to all our viewers that are watching. So Divine Living Home Care, we're a home care agency. We service all of Massachusetts, down in the Cape and the Islands, up to the greater Boston area, the South Shore, and out towards Western Mass. And we do non-medical home care. So our agency provides companionship, medication reminders, as well as activities of daily living and companionship. Each individual care plan is individually empowered for the senior or the individual with a disability so that they're able to stay within their home with the extra supports.
Okay. And so I'm going to guess, just going to take a wild guess here, that you're not a senior yourself.
Correct, I am not.
All right. Okay. So tell me a little bit about your background. Tell me, where you come from, in general. Okay.
Yeah. So I went to school. I grew up on the Cape. I went to school at Cape Cod Tech, where I went for my certified medical assistant degree as well as my certified nursing assistant degree. From there, I went to work for multiple facilities on the Cape, and I saw the lack during the pandemic of the need for staffing agencies in the facility settings to provide patient-centered care. Through there, I went to a home care agency, went in for an intake coordinator position. Loved advocating for our patients and providing them the ability to stay in their own home. Then I went on to Tufts Medical Center in Boston, where I worked for our medical director as a certified MA. And the owner of Divine Living Home Care, Christine, worked with me through all these facilities down on the Cape and the Islands. And she called me up late last year and said, I am opening my own home care agency. Do you want to come and work for me? And I was like, yes, of course. But I love what I'm doing here at Tufts Medical Center too. And she said, well, I need you. So she offered me the position. I went back to school at Rivier University to get my case management, and I'm on my way for my social work degree.
Awesome. Great for you. Good. Well, thank you for that explanation. And so back to the organization itself, there are a lot of choices for home care. What makes you guys a bit different?
Yes. So versus us versus other agencies out there is that we provide real solutions and based approach to all of our clients. So we don't just fill a schedule. We don't just say, hey, we're going to take you on as a client. We're going to work with the family and do the wraparound approach. So yes, we're here for the client, but also how can we assist the family members in that matter? So for an example that I like to give, say if someone's loved one is on hospice. Yes, we have the hospice team in there. Yes, we have the CNAs in there, but also what can we do for the family in this point in time as well to help them? So it might be going to support groups with them. It might be having them reach out to other support groups in the area. And every single case is individually managed. So it's what they need in that point in time. So if it's just being able to pick up the phone and vent to one of us, we have that in that care plan. If it's, hey, can you go to the grocery store today for me? Mom's really sick. We didn't have a good day. We're going to do that. Or if it's assisting them to doctor's appointments, sometimes you do need that advocate to be there, that person that understands that medical terminology. And having our nursing team or our CNAs go and taking their notes and asking the questions and being, an advocate at that point in time for the family and the client.
Okay. And so you gave me one scenario of a client, a patient. Is there any sort of generalization that you could make of sort of the profile of patients as they come to you, either their age or their condition?
Do you mind just asking that question again? I apologize.
Sure, no, that's fine. So your general client and patient, is there a general age group that you tend to appeal to and or level of need?
So we'll take anybody over the age of 18 that might be in need of activities of daily living assistance, and their needs can vary from everything. So dementia, memory care, Alzheimer's. We attended the 18th annual Alzheimer's Association conference this year. We do clients that are coming out from having a knee replacement and having the aid in the home with our partnerships for PT and OT to be able to come in to assist the client with getting those services involved. So there is a wide range from hospice to memory care to recovery from a surgery to even just companionship. So if there's an individual in the community that has a disability, providing that companionship to them as well.
Okay. And are there minimums involved and or do you even go as far as 24/7 for some people?
Of course. So there is no minimum. We will do, if it's an hour, we'll do an hour. If it's 2 hours, we'll do 2 hours. We do live in and 24s. We do 4 hour shifts, 8 hour shifts, and 12-hour shifts. We also can do a split break in between. Again, it goes back to what does the family and the client need, and how we can better assist them. So for an example, say you need somebody in the home for 8 hours a day, but you really don't want them there for a full 8 hours. We could do a 9 to 1 and then have our team come back in to do a 5 to 9 to make that 8 hour gap.
Okay, great. Great explanation. And so what are the hopes and dreams of your organization, bigger picture?
Yeah, so our vision is to become the leading provider of this industry with personalized home care services across Massachusetts and beyond. We would love to partner with other states. A lot of our snowboard birds, we call them, go to Florida. So one of the other cool things that we offer too is say your loved one is in need of services. They live in on the say they live in Duxbury, and they winter down in Florida, but they need that consistent CNA to go with them. That consistent CNA would do a live-in where they would live in that person's home and then go to Florida with them as well.
And how are you finding or how are patients finding your organization now?
So a lot of our recruitment is through like online and also going to assisted living facilities and other home care agencies and getting partnerships with them, like Pathways and Beata is just two to name. It's just
Okay.
word of mouth. We're getting big fast, and we hope to continue to grow.
And so who are some of your bigger referral sources? What are their professional positions?
So we have a lot from South Shore Hospital, Cape Cod Hospital, Tufts Medical Center, Mass General Brigham is one, Leahy Clinic is another one. So all the major hospitals, and then also the assisted living facilities. So Laurelwood is one, Stanford Hills is another one, Maplewood down on the Cape is one, the Woodlands on the Cape is one, the Terraces in Orleans is another one. Um, just to name a couple.
Okay. And that would be typically the social worker who contacts you, maybe?
So, yep, the social worker or the resident care director, either one of them would contact us here at Divine Living Home Care, let us know that they have a client. This is what the client's needs are. And then we would go out and we'll contact the family, see if the family's interested in our services and learning more about us. And then we go out, we do an intake. On that intake, we're asking a bunch of, questions regarding their service that they need. Then we bring that intake back to our nursing team here at Divine Living Home Care. And from that point on, the nurses take over and they create that care plan for that patient. The care plans do get tweaked as the client's needs change. So the first intake, it might be, for an example, they're using a walker. By 6 months, they might be with a walker with a gait belt. So as their needs change, their care plans change.
Okay. And Your organization is very active in the community. There's some upcoming events you're participating in. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, so we're going to the annual summer networking on August 16th. Council on Aging Conference, the dates are to be determined. We're participating in a wellness and resource fair in September. And at the end of the month of May, we're going out to Sharon, Mass for a wellness and senior fair as well.
Okay. And so for people to contact you, what's the best way to reach you and find you?
Yeah, so check out our website, divinelivinghomecare.com. From there, you'll see our building, 99 Derby Street, and that has everything you're going to need to know on it. So it has our referral forms, it has our phone numbers, our emails, um, as well as our personal cell phone numbers that we give out. We do feel like this is around the clock care. So, we don't care. We say we don't care if it's 2 o'clock in the morning, call us. We're going to answer those phones, and we do.
Okay. And give us that website again, please.
So it's divinelivinghomecare.com.
All right. Well, Natalie, thank you very much for being with us today. I look forward to talking with you again in the future.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Same
Okay.
here.
All right.